Welcome back to News 3 Today. October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, a time for victim advocates, survivors of abuse, their loved ones, and the community as a whole to come together to mourn the lives lost and celebrate the progress that has been made to break the cycle and create change. This morning, a conversation with Savannah's Safe Shelter Center for Domestic Violence Services about the resources that they provide in our area and how you can help make a difference. Catherine Autry is the agency's development director. Sakira Green is the shelter manager. They join us now with more. Thank you so much for being here today. No problem. Well, first off, you started out the month with a vigil in Forsyth Park, correct? Tell us about that and why you decided to do that.
So this is our annual candlelight vigil, and October is a national campaign, DV Awareness Month. It's a time for us to educate our community, also a time for us to honor and commemorate lives lost in such a tragic way. So we gathered at the band shell this year. It was our first time there. Yes. We had a great turnout. Just a time for our community to come together again and break the cycle.
I guess on a personal note, what connects you, each of you, to this agency?
I don't have a connection. I have a heart for people and making change, and I think Sakira probably feels the same way.
Yes, it's some purpose behind what I do for Safe Shelter. So I just enjoy connecting with our survivors.
Okay, let's talk about Safe Shelter, because this is an agency that's been around since 1979, Savannah's only dedicated shelter to victims of intimate partner violence and their underage children. It's also the largest domestic violence shelter in the coastal region in our state.
It's the second largest in the state.
Wow, wow. So tell us what you do there. I know you offer a lot of resources, but break it down for people who are watching right now.
So we offer emergency shelter for our survivors who are trying to escape those dangerous situations. We also offer counseling for our victims, with the children included. We have support groups and outreach. Our support groups are allowing our victims to connect with others on their journey so that they can have a community of resilience and empowerment. And then with our community outreach, we inform and educate others on the signs of domestic violence.
Let's talk about the impact that you've made throughout the years, because the proof is in the results that you've seen.
It is. We helped almost 1,800 clients last year, and this included 500 children. Domestic violence is a pervasive issue in Savannah and Chatham County, and I think it's a very hidden problem. So we do our best to make an impact where we can.
And here's the thing, domestic violence does not have a face. You know, sometimes you try to pigeonhole like it's just a woman with her husband or her partner, but it's more than that.
No,
let's
does
talk
not
about
discriminate.
That. Yeah. No. Let's talk about, what is the definition of domestic violence? Who does that involve?
The definition?
The definition of domestic violence, you can do family partner, or it can be individual. So it affects everyone, friends, family, neighbors, the way the children operate in school, and in their communities as well.
Yeah, and so you talk about children. I know one of the focus for the organization is on young people, because you know, a lot of young people experience domestic violence, and some of them are afraid to either tell their parents, tell anybody what's going on with them.
It's a really scary situation. We have a lot of young clients that come through, and we have dedicated child advocates on staff that they're there to ensure that all of their needs are met: physical, emotional, mental. They go to school, we try to keep their school life normalized. Meals, they still have, you know, a normal day-to-day life in the shelter, where when they get there, it's a shock, but they eventually start to normalize and balance out, and they really thrive at the shelter.
Now we're running out of time, but I do want to mention that you recently held a fundraising event, the Twilight Ball. You raised $100,000, and that money, of course, goes back to the things that you do in our community.
Yes. All of the money we raise at Twilight Ball goes directly to our clients, helps us get them the resources they need to rebuild their lives. And we have very generous sponsors and donors that we are very appreciative of.
And if folks are watching right now, how can they become a part, or how can they help? How can they help you?
I wanted to mention our year-end, our holiday season and campaign. it's hard being away from home during
Yeah.
the holidays, especially for our families and what they're going through. So we do our best to bring them a bright and cheerful holiday season and let them know that people do care.
All right.
So-
Well, thank you so much for joining us
Yeah.
today. And you saw the information on your screen. There it is right there. For more information, visit our website at wsav.com/crisis hotline. Stay with us. We'll be back with more of News 3 Today at 11 right after this.